Hello, everyone. This is Alvaro Cortez Jr., aka Lance Danger, here, doing another impromptu, somewhat art stream. Let me put on some lo-fi music. Time. If I suddenly go off the air, assistant editor Cat Hunter is on here bugging me on why I'm doing a live stream right now in the first place, as you can probably see by his ears right now. He's somewhere there behind the monitor. He's chilling now. He's also wondering why I have so many intros on my personal live stream. It's my personal goal to have the longest intros of any live stream. One of these days, I'm going to do one whole live stream, and it's just going to be random different intros of random videos that I have. You have been warned. This is not a democracy. This is the danger zone. I hope you are all doing great this afternoon. As the title implies, I redid the cover to issue number 1 of Warlord. I did do the coloring of it pretty much on a previous live stream, and I finished it offline because it's, quite frankly, quicker to do it that way. And I have a lot of other projects that I have to work on as well, and a lot of preparing for New York Comic Con, which is this week. And we are going all 4 days. So if I run into anyone over at the convention, don't be shy and say hi if anyone happens to go there. If the camera happens to move about. And there it is. Just give me 1 sec, guys. Ooh, interesting. It's kind of a yellowy. Huh. It looks kind of yellowish to me. It could be the light, or it could be... Okay, that looks better. So... Okay, there you go. I'm working on the light as well. Interesting. Anyway, I did a cover reveal last Monday for the prologue. If you guys want to see, here's the original prologue to issue. This at the prologue of book 1 of Fred Peterson, The Mighty Warlord. Let me go ahead and share that one in case you guys missed that one. There it is. As you can see, I kept many of the elements of the original. Of the third printing, rather. This is the third printing of Hunter. Again, I think he's still upset about the intros. Sorry about that. Not really. This is the original cover to the third printing of the prologue of Fred Peterson, The Mighty Warlord. And on the bigger screen, that's the remake. Okay, I guess he gave up on me. As you can see, I kept many of the elements of that third printing there and just kind of updated it a little more and kind of had a little more fun with it too. I actually really like how this one came out. Um, it pays homage to the past of Fred Pearson, the Mighty Warlord, as awkward as that may sound, since it's 15 years of doing this comic. And at the same time, it pays homage to all of the old school comics that I grew up reading as well. So this was so much fun to do. And let me go ahead and show you guys the cover to issue number 1. And once again, here is the original. Let me make this one bigger. Here is the original. This is the first edition, really, because there was no other issue number 1 that came out of Brett Peterson, the Mighty Warlord. And now let's look at the Truthful Comics edition. There we go. As you can see, just like with the prologue cover, I kept a lot of the same elements of the original cover. You can see here. The main difference is that I felt that the coloring specifically of the original kind of, since it was tonally very similar to each other, like not one element really stood out, for the exception of maybe Funny Bone and John, because their hair is pink and blonde. So like the warmer color contrasted a lot against the overall cooler cover of the overall image. But in this new image that I made, this new cover, it's essentially the same pose. I kind of like switched around a little bit the characters to kind of like give them kind of represent more of the marquee of the characters, really, the hierarchy, the totem pole almost, if you will, of the importance of the characters. Of course, Fred right there, Fred's in center. Jane is there to his left. Cheryl's there to his right. So they're like elevated right with him, and rightfully so, because this is almost an ensemble book. Jane and Cheryl, especially Cheryl in this first storyline that went through the first 11 issues, are such important characters, and their elements add so much to the overall overarching story, that, and it's at Jane as well, but more so book 2 onwards, really. So that would be like issue 12 onwards. I had to like have them both up there instead of just randomly having Jane down in the bottom and Funny Bone and Cheryl at the top. And of course, John and Funny Bone more towards the bottom, because they are definitely important elements and they contribute a lot to the story, especially Funny Bone in those first 4 issues. But again, if this were like a marquee for a movie or a TV show, Fred, Jane, and Cheryl definitely are the top billing. John and Funny Bone are essentially guest stars at this moment in the comic book. In book 2 is when both Jane and John actually as well have a bigger roles in the book. And Funny Bone is, again, kind of like a guest star in book 2 as well. So that's the reasoning behind that. And again, like the color scheme, I really wanted to change the color scheme, because here nothing really popped out. The wings kind of did, but for all the wrong reasons. It kind of accentuated the negative space itself and not really the characters. It really didn't serve to frame the character. And I think they, in my opinion, did a much better job framing Fred in this particular image, so that he's definitely there front and center, but there's also these important elements floating around him as well that are so important and integral to the story. And again, I went with a much warmer background so it could contrast with Fred's cooler colors as well. And of course, the background and the floating heads complement that warm color as well. So the images and the tones, it's not running all together. I feel like this is probably a much better looking cover, and it conveys the story much better also compared to that original cover. Even though there's still a lot of elements that I really like of that original issue #1 cover as well. And if you're wondering if how the issue #2 is going to come out, let me show you. This was the original issue #2 cover, as you can see here. I am working on a new cover, of course, for that as well, and it is going to have some elements to that one. I actually have the. There we go. It definitely is going to have some elements of that. This is not final, of course. I'm doing like sketching it out, and if I feel it, I'll definitely keep building upon it. Maybe I'll try to like zoom in on the character a bit more, or maybe I'll just try to work on the architecture to kind of like show a lot of the detail on that. I do like the flag waving behind them. Again, I just want to maintain the original elements of those covers. And in case you're wondering if I'm going to do a remake of the webisode cover, well, the webisodes actually weren't even supposed to be in print. They were supposed to be online exclusives. This one, that's why I'm actually have this one for free. If you want to download the ebook of this one, the digital copy, you can definitely download it for free at indieplanet.com. If you want the physical copy, it's $1.99. But again, like the intentions is to keep it online only. Even when I do the Truthful Comics edition of that one, I also actually did make a Truthful Comics edition cover for the webisodes as well. That one, I believe I'm just going to leave the same. If I change my mind, I'll do another live stream showing the results and the originals and whatnot. So there you have it. Just wanted to do this quick live stream, show you guys what I've been up to, show you guys this cover, which I'm pretty darn proud of it, I do say so myself. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for the support. As I said before, past the 300 subscriber milestone on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook and Twitch, I appreciate you watching as well. And any feedback, as always, is definitely appreciated. I'll try to make more Facebook and more Twitch exclusive content as soon as I have more time. More than likely next week, because again, this week is going to be New York Comic Con and it's going to be crazy up in here. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you all next time. Stay safe, and as always, stay creative, my friends.
Do